Hi everybody, how are we all doing today? My name is Griffin and I'm here to talk to you about some skincare related ideas, products, objects, etc. And today I would love to be talking about some dry skin winter forward things, which for me is very ironic as I look into a beautiful California sunny landscape right now, but it is January. I'm actually filming this at the end of December, but it definitely is a time where, in the Northern Hemisphere at least, things are starting to get a lot more dry, and people who have skin that tends to be on the more normal to combo side, like mine, shifts from an oilier state over to a drier state, and as such, we want to change the products that we use to best fit those needs that we have and the changing kind of desires and issues that your skin has along with that. Before I get started, I would love to remind all of you to give me a like and a subscribe on this video. I don't feel very comfortable doing that part still, but it definitely is something that is a call to action that I'd love all of you to see. If you want to see more videos and you enjoy this content, let me know. That's the best way to support this channel. It's the best way to let me know that you would like me to continue making videos. So I highly encourage doing that if you would like me to do that. So without any further ado, let's continue on with the video. So I feel like this is not the most uncommon video idea that has ever been made. A lot of people say, oh, what are my winter skincare favorites? Oh, what's good for dry skin? And a lot of people talk about just general staple products. They talk about thicker moisturizers, they talk about thicker toners, they talk about hydrating cleansers, but what I feel like people don't talk about are masks. And mask steps are very, very fun for me. I find masks to be the most therapeutic part of any skincare routine because it's time that you have to set aside to wait and have it kind of do its thing and work. I'm definitely someone who is very impatient with the skincare that I do, where I do everything pretty quickly. I don't really wait between my steps that much because, first of all, I don't really see the need for most products. Most of the products I use are within a pretty good pH from another. And two, products actually tend to penetrate better when they are still on damp skin. If you wait for something to dry too long, it isn't really going to have the right amount of effectiveness in my personal philosophy. So when I think of masks, most of the time I think of clay masks. I think of ones that you leave on, they dry up, they suck out all the oil and gunk out of your skin, and they leave you good. And don't get me wrong, I still use clay masks in the winter. I'm someone, because I have more normal to combo skin, my nose, especially my T-zone, still gets oily in those areas. So a mask actually is a very good thing for me to be doing. Though, why aren't there more hydrating masks that are still in that mask step where you were meant to put them on before all of your skincare and you wash it off? Now, some of you are going to be saying, well, what about overnight masks? What about sleeping masks? What about those packs that you are supposed to put on as the final step of your skincare? I don't personally see those as masks. I see mask in that title as a complete marketing gimmick for companies to try to sell you an extra product as a part of the routine, when in reality what they are is they're just a very thick occlusive moisturizer. I personally don't like them at all because my biggest issue is that I feel that they are only really occlusive and don't really have any humectant properties to them, when I like my moisturizers to have a nice balance between the two. There usually is not really a lot of hydration being going on in those masks, when I feel like with the masks that I'm going to be talking about today, they do offer a nice little boost of hydration that I find to be very nice. There are a good amount of masks that have recently come on the market that actually have been able to fulfill this purpose. I know that Summer Fridays, for example, is a really good example of one that came on the market, but the issue is that most of these wash-off kind of hydrating masks are ones that are packed with a lot of fragrance. And I know fragrance is a big topic, especially for 2020. Everyone's talking about how fragrance really isn't that evil. I still personally choose to use products without fragrance wherever possible because that's just not something that I personally enjoy in my skincare. If I want fragrance, I can get it from other sources. I do not need to put those compounds on my skin. And I wanted to kind of make it my journey to find some of these more niche, fragrance-free, hydrating wash-off masks for dry-skinned people and wintertime. So let's stop with all the preamble. Let's stop with all the foreground, the setting, and everything. Let's talk about a product. And the first one I do want to talk about is one that I have spoken about very briefly in one of my empties videos, and that is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Instant Oatmeal Mask. I love this product. If I were going to choose any of the masks from this, I would choose this one. This mask is amazing. I love it so much. It is everything that I want in a hydrating mask. This is from First Aid Beauty, so it is already a brand that I really, really like. They are not cheap. I wouldn't call them high-end, but I also wouldn't really call them drugstore. This mask itself was about $22 for about 2 ounces of product, so it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but I think it is completely worth it. I love this product. This product contains a lot of the base ingredients that First Aid Beauty bases their entire brand around. Noticeably, you have the oatmeal in here, the colloidal oatmeal, but you also have things like licorice extract, which is going to be very soothing, but also help brighten any dark spots alongside of your skin. Going through everything else, we do also have like green tea, we have ginger, we have oat extract itself, as well as some typical ones, like you have the glycerin, you have the bisabolol, which is a soothing ingredient based on chamomile, and I mean those are the main ones that we have going on over here. It's not the longest ingredient list ever. It's mostly, like, there's some nice butters in here, there's some ferments in here, and mostly a lot of emulsifiers. But really, this is something that is going to be being washed off your skin without too much preamble anyway. So you just really want some core things for your skin to be able to drink up while you can just rinse off the rest of the stuff that goes on it. This does make it very clear that it is supposed to be a wash-off mask because I'm going to show you it coming out onto my hand. This has a very nice creamy texture, but it has little chunky chunks of oat in it. Let's see if I can get that in there. Sorry about the light. It has little chunky chunks of oat in it. So you're already supposed to know, all right, cool, there's chunks of oat in it. This is not supposed to stay on my face. My skin is not going to absorb these little oat kernels into my skin. Thankfully, they're not ones that I would consider to be abrasive whatsoever. I personally don't think they have much use in it, but there are so few of them and they're so soft and already just kind of getting so full of all the water and hydration from this mask, they're not sharp whatsoever. And it just is a beautiful creamy texture, which does the thing that I love in a mask where it doesn't fully sink into the skin. I don't know why that's something that I like, but I like that it lets me know where I have applied the mask so that I know that it is there and I can get to another spot. You are going to notice that as you leave this on your skin for about 15 minutes, the area is actually going to sink in. You are going to see it disappear and your skin's going to plump up. I noticed my skin visibly plumping up after I used this and just kind of leaving just a little bit of the residue alongside a little bit of these little oat chunkies along with it. I find this mask to be amazing when my skin is having a rough day, if I'm facing any irritation whatsoever. The oat and all the other very nice and soothing ingredients in here are so good at calming down irritation and redness. It has done me so many good things. Days that I shave, I love using this product because it's just very good at just making sure that my hair follicles aren't angry at me anymore for putting sharp metal alongside them, and it also just smells amazing. I know this is fragrance free, but they do have vanillin in it, which is a non-irritating component of vanilla that does offer a fragrance that makes this smell like oatmeal cookies. This smells so good. If you enjoy how fresh baked oatmeal cookies smell, that is what this smells like. So that's an example that you can get a fragrance-free product that does end up smelling really good. So I find this to be an amazing choice for pampering yourself, soothing your skin, and just kind of taking some time at night to make sure that you are doing yourself right and living your best life. I wouldn't say that this is limited only to people with dry skin. I see no reason why oily skin people wouldn't be okay with this. It isn't one that I think most people would reach to because I think there are some nice, very creamy clay masks that can do a little bit of both. But this isn't something that I feel like is going to exacerbate any oiliness in people, and I think can also just be a very good choice for those who need a little bit of soothing and calming. Next up, I want to talk about the I'm From Honey mask. This is a really nice mask. I have the little 1 ounce mini size because I like squeeze tubes over jars. I'm that type of person. I subscribe to the Church of Paula's Choice, all that stuff. But this is a really awesome mask, especially if you're someone who's more interested in Asian or Korean beauty. This is I've spoken about I'm From before. They are a company that is very much based upon ingredient quality and sourcing, and this mask is no different. I believe this mask is fragrance free, though I'm getting sources that kind of make it a little bit of a question mark because there are some extracts in there that might be considered more irritating than others, notably eucalyptus. So if you are someone with particularly sensitive skin, maybe this one isn't the perfect choice for you, but you probably already were turned off by the ingredients list anyway if you know that about yourself. What I like about this mask is that it is completely different from the First Aid Beauty one, is that instead of it being creamy, it really is trying to emulate how you would imagine putting actual honey on your skin might feel like. And yes, that definitely means sticky. It is a lot more cosmetically elegant than actual honey, but it really feels like just if you are meant to put some magical honey on your skin, this is what would just kind of heal everything, make everything clean, just kind of hydrate everything. And honey does a really good job of that. There is honey in this, but there is also some other bee material like beeswax and bee venom and all that stuff going on. So this is obviously not vegan, but there are also a bunch of other nice things in here. We have a lot of emollients like shea butter and a bunch of different oils going on. Just to make sure that I'm reading everything right, we have some jojoba oil, we have a bunch of different amazing things like glycerin as well, beta-glucan in it. We have snail in here as well. If you're someone who is a believer in snail mucin, this has it in there. Overall, this is really just kind of about pampering the skin with more more kind of like from nature Asian beauty standards that we see in here. Putting it on my skin, you're gonna see that it looks like honey. And I noticed, especially at first, what happened with this is that it had the kind of liquidy stuff come out first, so make sure that you give it a nice shake when you use it. It has a bit of a tendency to separate, but it has this beautiful caramel look to it, and it definitely holds its shape. It isn't fully liquid, it isn't going to fully melt if you live somewhere where it is too hot, and it spreads very nicely. It has that stickiness that you would expect from honey, but also has a spreadability that is making itself very well known on your hand, and it is going to give you a nice film of product that you are going to be able to see when you do your skincare routine. So you know where you have applied the mask, despite it being pretty translucent and just not really a color that is going to stand out too much from most human skin tones. This product definitely isn't as soothing, I feel, as the First Aid Beauty one, because that really isn't the focus of it. Honey definitely is one that is going to do a lot of healing, but I feel like healing and soothing are going to be two kind of different things. So this is going to be one that is very antimicrobial. It's going to be very just kind of softening of everything. It's going to really leach into everything and just kind of give you that moisture that you need and kind of heal any acne that might be there, any scarring. It's going to do a very good job of working with, but it's not going to be the most soothing ever. It does have some soothing properties to it, but this is really one when you just kind of want to do some repair to your face. This is one that you just want to make sure that you are letting everything go in and just have a nice kind of fun time letting it all heal together. I like that this one washes off very cleanly as well, because it basically is just a water-based product that you can just rinse right off of your skin, but it does leave my skin still feeling nourished. I wouldn't say it plumps my skin as much, but it leaves it very soft. It leaves it very, very soft, and I really like that feeling. This one also smells amazing in my opinion. It smells like butterscotch. It smells very sweet, very syrupy, but like in a way that reminds you of candy. It's not too sickly sweet, but if you are someone who doesn't like super sweet smells, I mean, it is honey, so I would stay away from it in the beginning, but it also is one that is very therapeutic. You're going to put it on your face and it just kind of makes you feel like you are going to be sitting in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory before it gets scary, if that makes any sense. I would recommend this one actually a lot for people with oilier skin compared to the creamier ones. I'm not really sure why, because this is definitely one of the more oily ones out there, but I feel like it's going to have a less heavy feeling on your skin and not really feel like it's putting too much back in it, and it just washes off so cleanly that I think it's just going to be able to provide enough after you've done your cleansing for it to feel nourished again without giving it too much. This isn't the heavy press reset that's going on of just pushing everything inside. This is just really about repair, and that's what I really like about it. The final product I want to talk about is this restorative cream mask from Skin Actives. Skin Actives is a brand that is a smaller brand based here in the United States who kind of does all their own stuff, I believe, on House. And this is the second mask I've tried for them. The first one actually didn't really work out for me. I had a reaction to one of the ingredients in it. But this is a really interesting cream mask that I'd say is similar to the First Aid Beauty, but it has more of a focus on the anti-aging properties of it, where it has a lot of antioxidants in it, it has a lot of emollients in it, and it also has like some retinol acetate in it. It's a very weak derivative of retinol, so like don't consider this to be a retinol serum, but it does have the ingredients in it that are going to show possibly some anti-aging properties alongside the hydration. This is mostly emollients. There's a lot of different oils in here as the main thing, but you also do have some hydrators. You do have Q10, ubiquinone, the known antioxidant in regards to there, as well as some panthenol, some hydrators, and all that. It's a really interesting product, and as I show you how it looks on my hand, it kind of isn't the prettiest kind of looking thing. It looks a little bit chunky when it comes out of the tube, but unlike the First Aid Beauty, there are no chunks in this. This is just how it looks, and it kind of has not the prettiest look on your hands. It definitely separates, but it does definitely work. It does definitely put in a lot of emollient softening properties directly into your skin. It makes you feel like you were getting a very good boost of all these antioxidants to kind of help fight any of these free radicals that are going on and help soothe your skin once more. This is more of the do a little bit more mask, where it's not just about soothing and hydrating and repairing. This is also trying to kind of give you a boost of a lot of these anti-aging ingredients so that it's also kind of being like a quick fix mask. I'm not sure how effective it's going to actually do on that when you're only supposed to be leaving this on your skin for about 20 minutes before washing it right off, but in theory you should be able to get some of those vitamins and ingredients into your skin. I would say this is maybe my least favorite out of all the three, not to mean that it's bad. I'm still talking about it for a reason. I think it is a great fit for certain types of people, but I'd say this is probably one of the less therapeutic ones, I feel. The smell isn't to my preference. It definitely just smells like product. It smells kind of plasticky, and it doesn't have the most luxurious feel to it compared to the other two. It really is about the effectiveness and the quality of the formulation. In regards to all of that, that is one of the kind of like the big focuses of Skin Actives as a brand, which a lot of people really subscribe to. But when I am doing my masks, when I am doing something to kind of pamper myself, I do every once in a while, a couple times a week, I want to do something that just makes me feel relaxed, makes me feel happy, is stimulating my senses so that I'm doing something really good. And while this does some of that, I wouldn't say this does all of that. So I'm glad that I bought it, and I'm glad that I tried it out, and I think this is absolutely going to be a fit for a lot of people, but maybe not necessarily me. I think that this is going to do a very good job of helping people who do really like to see some very nice formulations going on, and that is their core just kind of preference in what they see in their products. And that's all I have for this video. I wanted to just kind of show off some of these less popular products that are part of, I think, a very successful winter skincare routine. I love using them myself. I love using them when my skin maybe has had a little bit too much of these harsh actives I tend to use on it, whether it's my chemical exfoliants, whether it's too strong of a retinoid, whether it's me physically shaving my face. Always having a nice, calming, soothing mask to kind of give your skin a nice little boost is always something that I am a big fan of. And that's all I really got. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you gave me a like down over there and maybe commented down below if you have used any of these products or if you have seen any of these products that I might have missed that you would like me to take a look at. And if you could subscribe to this channel so that you can get notified of any new videos that I make, that would also be amazing. But until then, that's all I have. So thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much.